for an own goal. So the Valley 1, Alvin Allison's 0. Here we see Alvin Allison with it again, picked up there by Valley Primary. He's been bundled off the ball here, and here loses it back to the number 12, who puts on a good move there, and the Alvin Allison School, they switches the ball from right to left, and here's a shot on goal, blocked there for a corner kick to the Valley Primary School. And this action seems to be heating up nicely here. You see some nice little move there by the Valley team already, and certainly sure that they are going to be playing with some verve now, some pep, having lost to the Stony Ground, the Aurelia Kelly Primary School, 3-1 in their first encounter. I'm certainly sure that they are going to be looking to do damage here to the Alvin Allison's Primary School. Here we see the corner kick being taken, and cross comes in, headers go up the ball out to the right, number 5 dribbles a man and dribbles a man again, and the cross to the middle, picked up there by the Valley Primary, shot and goal, and ball ricochet and rebound off of the pole and into the hands of the keeper, and foul there against the Valley Primary School on the keeper there. Alvin Allison under some pressure here this afternoon with the Valley pressing. Here we see number 15 now he's about to take that free kick, and here we see passes it to the number 10, dribbles a man, dribbles it to the Valley Primary School as defender collects there for Alvin Allison, boots upfield, intercepted and passed down the middle. They're intercepted there again against the Valley, who switches it to their left side. There's a tussle between the two players, and here we see a foul against an infringement against the Valley Primary School there on their right side and the left side of the Alvin Allison's Primary School, as the player takes the kick and shoots straight in the hands of the Valley keeper, who collects, and here we go again. Plays on. Here, ball being passed through the legs of the defender there, and here comes Valley away down their left side. Player holds the ball up, tries to dribble the man, intercepted there by the Alvin Allison, and he's putting on the move, number 11, passes it, but short pass there to number 7 there of Alvin Allison's, who just only gave the ball back to number 12. Ball then passed, they are intercepted and tried to pass there to the middle again, collected there by the Valley, who lobbed it over to the number 7, and here we see number 7 for Alvin Allison. Here we see number 8. There goes the flag up for offside, as the player for the Alvin Allison's Primary School been caught in an offside position. 1-0 to the Valley Primary. Yes, and certainly here we see ball being played out. Yeah, and the linesman flag goes up for a throw-in to the Valley Primary School. Yes, number 10 with the throws it down to number 12, pass back to number 10, ball been number 14, yes, and he's been caught in an offside position, and kick to the Alvin Allison's Primary. So pretty good football here this afternoon. Both teams are trying to really string some passes together. Here we see the clearance collected here by the defender for the Valley Primary, who boots it over to the right side of the field, only to be played into the Valley defender, and he picks up, beats a man, only to clear to the Alvin Allison School player, and we see an infringement Here we see the Valley player really aggressive on the ball. Here comes the player who beats the man nicely and looks up and crosses, missed. Here's number 14 with a shot and goal, and the ball being cleared and goes into touch for a goal kick to the Alvin Allison School. So enter in action here this afternoon. This match is really live and lively here today. Here we see the defender for the Alvin Allison Primary clears only to the Valley number 5, who had a heavy touch on that ball, ricochets back and goes back to the Valley player. Here he squares wide, collected by the Western Alvin Allison's Primary School, and there's thought that was an infringement, but referee says play it on. Here is a player down the middle, and here is a missed shot, and there's a shot and goal saved by the keeper. And there we see the referee has held up play, but for what I thought was an infringement on the Alvin Allison's player, the referee deemed that the play was fair, and play continued, and only saw a shot coming in only to be saved by the keeper. And you can hear the spectators in the background commenting and really very passionate about what is happening here this afternoon. Remember the scores in the match: the Valley Primary 1, the Alvin Allison's 0, in a pretty feisty encounter here this afternoon between these two teams. We know that the Valley is coming off a loss to the Aurelia Kelly Primary School, 3-1. The Alvin Allison would have won their first game and are certainly on a high and certainly looking to maintain their 100% record here this afternoon. But at the moment, 1-0 down from an own goal. That is quite fortuitous goal here this afternoon. The referee drops the ball, and play continues here this afternoon. Here we see number 10 passes to the right side, intercepted there by the Valley player, and the ball is being put into touch for a throw into the Valley. Throws to number 5, loses it to the defender there for Alvin Allison, regains it and squares it to the middle, and here we see again ball goes further right, and here we see down the right flank, and there's a shot in the middle, and the keeper collects here. Keeper boots up on his far right. Here we see the Alvin Allison's player challenging for the ball, wins it and is moving, passes to his player. Player loses it out to the Valley defender there, who collects and squares wide to the left, to the right, who goes further right, collected there by the midfielder there on the right of the Valley. And here we see Western trying to challenge. Here we see the Valley really turning on the skills here this afternoon. And here we see the left side player dribbles a man, has a shot at goal, but only to shoot right into the hands of the keeper. And the keeper clears the ball right into his player. It's coming away with the Valley outside. Number 11 tries to dribble the man there in number 18, but only to lose out. Ball goes into touch for a throw-in. Here we see the throw taken quickly, clear, throw, ball goes into touch again. Here we see throw being taken, and play continues here with the Alvin Allison Primary squaring wide, and here we see again West End Alvin Allison's Primary School trying to build, trying to string some passes together, only to be intercepted. And here we see Valley again in possession, shot on goal, blocked there by the defender. He's trying to clear, and there's a shot by the number 5 of Valley that goes into touch for a goal kick, there to the Alvin Allison's Primary School. Live action here, just about 9 minutes into the first half. Scores in the match: Valley Primary School 1, Alvin Allison 0. Ball is with the defender there for the Alvin Allison, who tries to place wide right, but only to lose out to the Valley Primary, who squares and tries to cross the number 12 there. Valley Primary trying to cross the ball, but losing it into touch for a goal kick there to the Alvin Allison Primary School. Here we see the defender now. He's trying to clear, and he clears heavy clearance up straight into his defenders, intercepted there by the Valley, who is blocked there by the Alvin Allison's Primary School, collected there and cleared up again, collected there by number 12, who clears up field and clears the ball into touch for a throw into the Valley Primary, taken quickly, and seeing the flag of the assistant referee goes up and adjudged a foul throw, and throw being given to the Alvin Allison's Primary School here. Lovely action here this afternoon in a featured match here. Alvin Allison's Primary School coming up against the Valley Primary as they try to put the name on the seats. Throw being taken quickly and tries to control there, but just miscontrol, and ball goes into touch for throwing to the Valley. Here we see the player looking, throws it to his inside player, and he's trying to beat the man, and he's stripped there. Ball being squared but intercepted by Valley, picked up there by the defender for Alvin Allison, and cleared up field again. And here we see plays been back and forth. Here we see Valley with it. He squares wide, and here is the Valley player, number 11, number 12 that is. He squares it back, picked up there by the Valley player, and he's coming down the middle and has a shot blocked there by the defender, and ball squared wide, only to end up to it the Valley, the Alvin Allison player intercepted there by the Valley defender, and here comes number 12 through the legs of the player here, Joe, and he has missed it again. And here they're trying to create something here this afternoon. Ball squared to the left, and a shot at goal, but goes heavily over the bar this afternoon for a goal kick to the Alvin Allison's Primary School. So some end-to-end action here this afternoon. Valley Primary having the better of the play, but West End trying to press the players here this afternoon to go forward and to get that elusive equalizer. Here we see Valley with it, intercepted there by the Alvin Allison, squares to the right, and the ball been, and he's caught offside there, but just a little too far forward, and nice build-up being quelled there by that offside call. Here we see the ball squared to the right side for the Valley. Player picks up, squares back, and cross coming in, but goes wide and into touch for a goal kick to the Alvin Allison's Primary School. It's 1-0 in favor of the Valley this afternoon, and this featured match here with the Alvin Allison's Primary coming up against the Valley Primary School, who are looking for their first points for this year's tournament. Ball is in the center of the goal area, cleared out wide, missed and picked up there by that player of the Alvin Allison, but his heavy touch taking it straight to the defender, and there is a foul. There is an infringement. I don't know. There is a bunch of spectators here who are really looking at that kick. Ball was played back to the keeper, who collected an inherent back pass, and the rules of the game states that they cannot collect a back pass. Keeper collected, and hence an indirect free kick has been given here for the Alvin Allisons. We see the whole of the Valley team is back on the goal line here in the goal, as this kick would be taken from inside of the Valley Primary School area. And here you see there is a blast, and the wall stood its ground, and the ball had ricocheted right back into the keeper's hand. So chance goes a begging there with that indirect free kick. They are on goal here this afternoon from that back pass. Here we see the Valley goalkeeper plays to the right side of his defender there, who goes further right, and here we see the player chips the ball over in the middle, intercepted there by the Alvin Allison's defender, who chips it over, but only to an offside Alvin Allison's frontline striker there, who was judged in an offside position here this afternoon. Scores in the match: Valley 1, Alvin Allison's 0. Here we see the kick is taken here by Valley, controlled nicely there by the midfield player there, who picks up, squares wide. Here there's a 1-2 there as they try, intercepted there by the Alvin Allison, who takes the ball up the middle and passes it wide, but only to one of the Valley players who was further wide, as his player was not reading that game. And here we see again ball being given directly to the defender there for Alvin Allison, who kicks it directly to the Valley Primary School. And here we see the number 12 there for Valley coming down with it, but challenge and taken away there. Ball goes into touch for a throw-in, but good defensive work there from the Alvin Allison player. But throw taken quickly, number 5 with it, dribbles a man and takes a shot at goal, but keeper seems to be in good shape, collects nicely and clears out. And here we see the Alvin Allison's player collects and squared nicely to the right side, but only to an offside player there for the Alvin Allison's Primary School. So they need to be careful and look at their lines, because they are running off. And here we see Valley is coming with it. Number 5 there trying to dribble and trying to get some space to have a shot at goal, but only able to punt the ball into touch here for a goal kick taken there by Alvin Allison, who gives the ball all the way back to the Valley Primary School, who had a shot on goal, and ricocheting and going into touch for a corner kick. 1-0 in favor of the Valley Primary School. Very fortuitous goal here, an own goal, so to speak, just about in the 4th minute of the game. It's the first half, so they've got quite some way to go still here, but the match is very keenly contested, and play is flowing nicely. Here you see the corner kick from the right hand side, a block there by the defender, only to go to the far right side, intercepted there by number 8, collected there by the Alvin Allison, who boots up, and here we see Alvin Allison on the left side of their offensive third, intercepted and passed square there to the Valley Primary with number 12 dribbling a man and squaring to the far right, who is number player that is found in an outside position. Free kick there to the Alvin Allison, who boots the ball up to their far left, and here we see the player squaring the ball in the middle, only to be intercepted by the Valley Primary School. He tries to square to the man on the right, intercepted there by the Alvin Allison Primary School, but loses out to the defensive third there of the Valley Primary. And here we see Valley Primary dribble through the legs of the Alvin Allison's Primary School player, number 10 there, but intercepted there by the number 13 of the Alvin Allison Primary School. Ball goes into touch for a throw being taken. Number 12 controls and crosses, but only crosses to the Alvin Allison School player, who clears directly back to the Valley School player, who squares across, collected here by number 12, who tries a shot and is blocked, and the ball goes into touch for a corner kick to the Valley. Valley 1, Alvin Allison's 0. Here is the number 12 setting up for a corner kick now on the right side of the Alvin Allison's half. Controls here by the number 11, passes to number 12, who gives away to number 16, and who loses out again, and now has to run all the way back. Number 12 giving it away, and here we see the Alvin Allison School trying to punch forward here, trying to get that elusive equalizer, but only to be stuffed out by the the defender there of the Valley Primary School. Here we see Valley with the ball on their right side, and here square pass as he tries to beat the man but missed, and the ball being booted upfield by the Alvin Allison's Primary School, blocked there by the defender there for the Valley, and here we see the player getting around and almost fouling him there, and he loses it and loses out there to the Valley defender. And here we see, and here goes the offside flag is up, where the forward striker there for the Alvin Allison Primary School has been caught in an offside position there. Kick to the Valley Primary, leading by a score of 1-0. Ball is with the defense, right in the defensive half. Squares wide, but squares too hard, and the ball rolls into touch for a throw-in on the left side of the Alvin Allison's half. Throw taken quickly, received and collected, then ball being given back to Valley Primary School, who flags goes up for a throw into the Alvin Allison Primary School, who are at the moment kicking from north to south. Throw being taken quickly and intercepted there by the Valley defender, who swivels down square to the middle, but only to give the ball back to the Alvin Allison, who shoot a splendid shot at goal, but to save by the goalkeeper. Here is Valley coming down on their the left side now. Valley coming down into the left side, and the shot is being taken by number 12, but only to be saved by the keeper. And end-to-end action here this afternoon. Ball being booted up. Here is the Valley defender plays the ball into touch for a throw-in to the Alvin Allison Primary School. Both teams are playing very well, not giving away anything. Throw comes in, intercepted here by Valley, who tries to clear. Ball is still with Valley in their defensive third. Passes out to the left, and ball being squared back in, and is there an infringement? Yes, there. Oh, there's a throw. Throw in for shot and goal from the left side of the western half, and okay, the ball is being recalled for a throw-in for the Valley here this afternoon. Here, yes, handball. That is, it's a handball, an infringement, so a free kick to the Valley on their right side, on their far right side, just outside of their defensive third, as they have sent the majority of their players forward. Remember, they are leading by a score of 1-0, and I certainly hold on to the score. Here comes the kick into the player who collects and a shoot, and it's a goal here this afternoon. Very sloppy defending there from the Alvin Allison Primary School. The kick came over, missed by the defender there in the central area of the Alvin Allison's half, and the ball bounced straight to the on-rushing striker there for the Valley, who just slotted the ball in the back of the whole onion bag. Here you see the kick taken from the center circle. Ball is with the Alvin Allison Primary School. There's an infringement against the player there. There's a free kick to the Alvin Allison Primary School, who are at the moment down by a score of 2-0 as we near the end of the first half here this afternoon, this evening rather. And here you see the kick being taken up, ball goes straight to the goalkeeper, who collects and clears up down the middle, and missed again by the defender, only to be rushed and scored back in the back of the net by number 6, and it's a goal. Goal number 3 for number 6. The defender there tries to head the ball out, but missed it completely, and the ball bouncing through the on-rushing striker there for the Valley Primary School, who just slotted the ball to the right side of the custodian in the Alvin Allison's goal. Nothing he could have done, and taken the score 3-0. Here we see players are very anxious here this afternoon as they are now waiting on the whistle. Here we see kick from the center circle, and missed clearance again. And here we see the Alvin Allison Primary School loses out to number 12, who tries to beat a man, loses it. And here we see again, he loses out again. There's a cross at goal, but only to be headed out by the defender there from the Alvin Allison. Headed straight back to number 12 again, who's at the moment in control, trying to shield the ball. And ball goes into touch for a throw-in. Here's a quick throw, control there by number 11. He passes to the center, who tries to square back in, intercepted there by the defender for Alvin Allison. Boots up to the right side of their defensive third. Intercepted there by the Valley, and here squared to the left and to the right, intercepted there by the Alvin Allison, and he tries to pass it square to the right side, and there is an infringement. There is an infringement there against the Valley Primary, and leading by a score of 3-0. I am certainly sure that they are feeling good about themselves, having lost their first match last week Friday to the Aurelia Kelly Primary School. I'm certainly sure that they're feeling good about themselves and the way how they perform, leading by 3-0. But The game is still quite a bit more to go in the game this afternoon. There's quite a bit. You can see here is Valley coming away with it. Tries to trip to the central number 6, loses out, and here's number 6 again, who puts a bulge again in the old onion bag, and it's a goal number 4 for the Valley Primary School here this afternoon, flying high and wide here in capturing their first 3 points for this match. It seems as though the Alvin Allisons has just gotten a bit tired and are not moving as freely as they were doing in the beginning. Here we see the Valley is with it again after that pass from the center, so it's for the halftime so that they can, strategize. Here we see the corner kick comes in, clearance there to the Alvin Allison Primary School, who picks up, and there's a foul, an infringement against the forward there for the Alvin Allison Primary School, thereby the defender of the Valley Primary, right on the center circle, to be taken by the defender there. So they're all pushing up, and here we see the kick being taken right down the middle, and the ball goes straight to the goalkeeper, who picks up and kicks out, only to the sound of the halftime whistle of the referee. And I can tell you here at the Raymond E. Gishards Technical Center Field, it's Alvin Allison's Primary School 0, the Valley Primary School 4. Alvin Allison's Primary School 0, the Valley Primary School 4. Certainly we're sure that you can join us again for the second half that is due to come up. We know that the ball is round, so you can never say never. There's still a chance for the Alvin Allison School to pull some goals back, but until then we'll take a break and come back for the second half of this match. So we are back here at the Raymond's Igisha Technical Center with the second half of this encounter. Valley Primary coming up against Alvin Allison Primary School. Scores in the match. Scores in the second half. Scores in the match so far is 4-0. And there you are hearing as the linesman has given the signal, and here we go as we kicked off the second half this evening with Valley moving this time from north to south and moving down the left flank, which is the right flank of the defensive third of the Alvin Allison's Primary School, and the referee has blown for infringement down the center of the pitch as we get the second half on its way. Pretty good crowd here at the Raymond Igisha Technical Center witnessing these two encounters. Here we see a shot and goal, and it's a goal into the back of the net. Free kick from some 30 yards out, and right into the back of the far left hand corner of the custodian there of the Alvin Allison's goal, and the score has been taken now to 5-0. 5-0. Here, see the kick being taken from the center circle, ball booted wide, and here we see the West End player trying to challenge the Valley School defender there, who passes it to his left, and here we see Valley School the player kicking it up to the left side, passes it right, and pass to the left. Here we see some good build-up from the Valley, and the keeper coming out and collecting nicely after some smart build-up there from the Valley Primary School. Really playing some good football here this afternoon. And there we see an infringement against Valley. There's an infringement in the center of the circle there against the Alvin Allison's player there, and here we see that the free kick is just about to be taken. Here we see the ball is being booted up, blocked there by the Valley School player. Number 10 comes away with it, dribbles down to the right and dribbles left, crosses, only to be blocked by the Alvin Allison's Primary School. Here we see Alvin Allison's coming away with it, boots up field, controlled there by the player as he passes, and he tries to dribble the number 12 there, who intercepts and squares it to his left for the number 6, who tries to dribble the Alvin Allison player, intercepted by Alvin Allison, boots up field, and here we see Alvin Allison coming away down the middle, only to be cleared as far as the defender there for Alvin Allison, and picks it up and gives it away to the player there at the Valley Primary, who shoots at goal. The ball been blocked and goes into touch for a throw-in to the Valley Primary School. And here we see some real heavy smoke coming across the area here this evening, coming from the vicinity of the hotel, and certainly sure it's going to hamper the breathing a little bit of the players here this afternoon, this evening. Here we see the Valley with it, dribbles the man and shot at goal, but collected there by the custodian there of the Alvin Allison Primary School. Here we see Valley coming away with it again in their defensive third, and blocked there, but loses out to the Alvin Allison's Primary School, but only to be intercepted here by Valley again. And here's Alvin Allison. Here is Alvin Allison. Here is Alvin Allison again. Tries to play down, but loses out, and the ball being cleared, been bundled over there and player seems to be down in some pain there as the player cleared and clumsily fell on the Alvin Allison's player there, who's down, clutching his ankle there, so to speak, and is just about up now, and referee has stopped play here for the player to be attended to with the some smoke just coming across the field there a little bit, but now he's up. He seems to be okay, and as the scores in the match so far, Valley Primary 5, Alvin Allison's 0. Valley Primary Schools 5, Alvin Allison 0. Scores at halftime, Valley Primary 4, Alvin Allison 0. And here we see a substitute being made for that player who just had that little knock there, as a substitute being made here by the coach of the Alvin Allison's primary school, as the referee here just getting ready to drop the ball and have the play be restarted from just outside the center circle there of the field. Here we see number 11 crosses it wide to his left, but only for the ball to go into touch for a throw-in deep into the corner of the Alvin Allison's half. Pretty good football here this afternoon. Into this evening, we had a moment under the lights. You see the throw being taken and thrown directly to the Valley player, who crosses it, and there's a shot and goal that's been saved by the keeper there, from the Alvin Allison's goalkeeper there, making a really good save there and shaking his fingers a little bit, so which means that that shot was pretty scorching, but did well to come up with a save there to keep his team in it still. Remember, the score is 5-0, and here we see the corner been taken, and there's a corner that's been taken too far, and the ball goes into touch for a Alvin Allison's goal kick. Alvin Allison's playing in the gray and black, and the Valley Primary in the gold and black. Here we see the coach again attending to the custodian, the goalkeeper, who would have just saved that shot there, and seems to, injured a finger from that scorching shot from the Valley Primary School. So play has been held up for just a little bit. The noise you're hearing in the background is that second match that is playing at the moment. The Valley Primary playing against Alvin Allison's primary school, leading 5-0, and on the other end of the pitch we have got the Adrian T. Hazel Primary School against the Vivian Vanderpool Primary School, and there's quite a bit of intense and excitement here this afternoon. Both games are flowing nicely. Both teams are playing very hard, but so far it is the Valley Primary School at the front of the pack here against the Alvin Allison's Primary School, 5-0. We see a change in keeper, which means the keeper seems to injure his finger quite a bit and had been replaced by the second backup goalkeeper here this afternoon. And The referee is just waiting for the keeper to get himself all sorted out and for play to be restarted again, as well as there's some substitute being made. So here we go. So the kick has been taken, intercepted there by Valley Primary, picks up there. Valley Primary dribbles a man, loses it, and here comes Alvin Allison Primary, who loses it to Valley Primary, and Valley Primary has it on their far left, and he crosses, and flag goes up. Flag goes up for an offside against the Valley player, so that's a kick there to the Alvin Allison's Primary School. But Valley Primary really seems to be playing some good football, stringing some passes together. They're both trying to control the ball well. Here we see them again, and there's a shot and goal, and that ball just goes wide from the diving foot of the striker there for the Valley Primary School. The ball goes into touch for a goal kick. Play continues, and here we see the defender now clears out, ball in the center circle, intercepted here by Valley Primary. He dribbles, number 11 dribbles a man twice and passes down to his right, and the cross being taken, headed out, cleared by the defender there for Alvin Allison, only to see the shot coming back at the goalkeeper and just going over the bar, the left hand corner of the custodian, over the bar for a goal kick to the Alvin Allison's Primary School. It's the second half of this final game this evening, and here you see the ball being cleared again, but only to the defender there of the Valley Primary School. And here we see some moves from left to right from the number 11 player, and shots being taken on goal, but just going wide of the right upright of the Alvin Allison's goalkeeper, who don't seems to be really that agile in handling these shots should one comes to him, but we'll wait and see. Here we see the clearance now, collected there by the Valley player, who shoots a side foot shot at goal, and the ball goes into touch for a goal kick. Yes, it's the second half of the second game here this evening, being watched by a modest crowd here, and then enjoying themselves. Here we see the clearance, and clearance that goes into touch for throwing Valley on their far right hand side. Here we see number 10 with it now. Number 10 with it. Takes on a man, passes square to the middle to the other player, who tries to switch to his left, only as far as the defensive clearance there, picked up there again, and here you see Valley with it, and there's a shot and goal blocked there, collected by the keeper, who clears, but clears only as far as the Valley defender there, and here we see Valley with it again, and the keeper coming out and blocking the shot for a corner kick to the Valley there on the left side of their defensive third of West End. West End, Alvin Allison's Primary School, they have been having some problems trying to get a shot on goal here. They have been under some pressure. Valley is really turning it up. Here we see whistle going for an infringement. Whistle going for an infringement. And yes, infringement against the Valley, and a free kick to Alvin Allison's Primary School. The defender waits, surveys the field, and looks to see what is going to happen here. Where is he going to clear? Is there a substitute being made here this afternoon? I'm seeing the referee has indicated that a kick be taken only as far as the number 10 for Valley Primary, who passes to his striker, who goes and pushes further left, and there's an infringement there on the left side for against the Alvin Allison's Primary School. Free kick to be taken from the left side in the defensive third of the Alvin Allison's school. Remember that we saw a free kick from the central area that went directly into the upright corner of the goalkeeper's goal for Alvin Allison. So we wait and see how this one, to see what's going to happen with this free kick, as substitute have been made here this afternoon. Here we see a double substitute and two other players are going on. Here we see a shot being taken clear in the middle and picked up there by the Valley Primary, intercepted there by Alvin Allison, only for an infringement against the Valley Primary School on the right side of the Alvin Allison's defensive third. Here we see ball being booted up field and booted right into touch for a corner kick for the Valley Primary School. Scores in the match: Valley 5, Alvin Allison's 0. Throw being taken quickly, and ball goes into touch again. And here we see number 10 with it, picks it up on the right side, squares it into the middle. Missed by the defender, picked up by the striker, and just slotted it into the back of the net for goal number 6. Goal number 6. Keeper didn't do absolutely anything to save that shot. Defender missed completely, and ball being slotted into the back of the net. And yes, here we see, you're hearing all that action that's coming from the other game there that's going on adjacent to this one. Here we see the kick being taken. Valley is on the attack again. Valley is on the attack again. Down the left, and the ball ricochets and goes into touch for a goal kick to Alvin Allison's Primary School. It is Alvin Allison's Primary 0, Valley Primary 6. Much less the way of the score of the goals heading in that direction here. Here we see goal kick, ball being cleared directly to the Alvin Allison, the Valley Primary School player, that is, intercepted and collected. And here we see the Valley player dribbling and having a shot at goal, only to be blocked by the defenders. Collected there again by the Alvin Allison's Primary School. He pushes it wide. The ball has been challenged there, and the player has been pushed off the ball there by the Valley Primary. He collects, dribbles, number 11, dribbles and passes to his player there in number 10, who dribbles and goes down the left and have a shot at goal. The keeper collects nicely and clears, and here we see the Alvin Allisons running down the center of the field now, there, but well, nicely defended there by the Valley defender in central defense, and clears out only to the Alvin Allison Primary, who squares back in the middle, but only to the Valley Primary player. And here we see Alvin Allison coming again, he's coming again, and he's coming again, and he shoots, try to side foot, the outside foot in the net, but just coming up shortly. The ball just clearing the upright and going into touch for a goal kick there to the Valley Primary School. Scores in the match: Valley 6, Alvin Allison 0. So you see the keeper now clears straight down the middle, straight to the Alvin Allison defender, who loses it out to the Valley Primary School, and the ball being cleared into touch for a throw-in for the Valley Primary School. And see here we see the coach over there, Ben Davis, ringing in the shot, and as the crowd roars for another goal on the other side of the field, there's quite a bit of action that's going on there. So goals and goals and goals from either side. Here we see the throw-in for Valley, intercepted there by Alvin Allison. Ball being cut out there by the Valley Primary. And here goes down the left now. As the player travels down the left, squares it back to the middle, picked up there by Valley. There you see some jostling going on there between both players of Alvin Allison and Valley. Picked up there, the player tries to fake beat and shoots at goal. Keeper half stop, but then here we see a shot that was placed and hit. It seems as though it ricocheted off the hand of the keeper, hit the back pole, and ended up right into the back of the net. The spectators, not even the players, recognized that it was a goal, but goal number 7, that is for Valley Primary here in this encounter. Second half winding down here this afternoon. Valley Primary School 7 and Alvin Allison Primary School 0. Here we see the kick being taken from the center circle, and there is a pass down the middle, and here we see the foul coming out, and here we see the foul coming out, here we see the foul coming, here we see the foul coming. Oh! And yes, that foul, number 2 there, of the Alvin Allison Primary School, trying to be very selfish there this afternoon, trying to squeak back, but eventually scurrying back, but in the process was fouled, and hence a penalty being given to Alvin Allison's Primary School. So a chance for them to pull a goal back here this afternoon after some nice build-up play. So here we see the players shaping up to shoot the ball now, and here we see he places it straight into the stomach of the custodian there for the Valley Primary School, who saved the ball. It rebounded. He had a second chance for a second shot at goal and kicked it straight onto the keeper, and away with the Valley. The Valley coming away with it again and moving down the left side. A perfect chance to at least pull the goal back from the penalty spot, but was not able to do so. And here we see Valley again in position, moving forward, searching for goal number 8. Shot coming in, and keeper collecting nicely. Keeper clears, and here we see again. Here we see the play again, running down the middle again, intercepted there by the number, is it the number 8 of Valley? And here we see Valley with it again. Valley with it again. Passes there, square pass. Try to play 1-2, intercepted by the Alvin Allison Primary School player. They're still with it. Squares wide, but squares it only to number 11 there for the Valley Primary, who passes it wide. The player there trying to beat the defender there for the Alvin Allison Primary School, only for the ball to be kicked into touch for a referee for a throw-in, to the Valley Primary School. There's quite a bit of animation here from the spectators, those who are backing the Alvin Allison's Primary School and the Valley Primary School. Great excitement here. Throw into Alvin Allison Primary School. Here we see the throw coming in, and ball being put into touch again for another throw-in further down the line. Here we see quick throw taken, and here we see the striker, and there's a shot and goal, but only in the hands of the custodian there for the Valley Primary School, who clears upfield to the defender there of the Alvin Allison's Primary School, who clears the ball into touch for a throw-in. So we're winding down here in the second half. Scores in the match: 7 goals to Valley Primary, and Alvin Allison yet to get off the mark. Here we see Alvin Allison with it now. Intercepted there by Valley on the far left hand side as he squares to the middle, as he looks up and goes further wide to the right, only to be beat out there by the Alvin Allison's player, who squares the ball up middle, upfield, intercepted there by Valley. Here we see Valley with it again. He tries to pass it through, but intercepted there by the Alvin Allison's Primary School. Here we see this Alvin Allison's player in the clear booth, and it's a wonderful pass there in the middle. Only wonderful square pass there by number 8 in the green boots there to the number 16 of the Alvin Allison player, and had a chance for him to pump that ball in the back of the net, but was not able to do so. And here goes an infringement against the Alvin Allison's Primary School, just on the edge of the box of the Valley Primary School. And here we see the defender. He is just about to set up for that infringement right now, as we winding down here in this encounter here this evening. Scores in the match: 7 goals to 0 in favor of the Alvin Allison's, in favor of the Valley Primary, here we see Valley, number 7 with on the far left, squares into the middle, intercepted there by Alvin Allison's Primary School, as he clears out to his right, picks up there on the left side of the Valley Primary School, and here he goes trying to dribble the defender there, loses out, and here we see Alvin Allison's coming on the right side there. The player there tried to square in the center, but only to the defender there of the Valley Primary. Picks up there again by Alvin Allison Primary School. And here we see the player coming in again, challenged heavily by number 3 there of the Valley Primary School, who clears upfield, intercepted there by Alvin Allison's central defender there, only as far as the number 10 for Valley, who dribbles and beats a man, looks up, square pass inside the middle, and there's a shot that's blocked there by the defender there of the Alvin Allison Primary School. He tries to clear, but only clears to his far right to the and there's a goal. There is a goal. That play built up from the right side, which is the left side of the Alvin Allison's half. The player there from the Valley squared it all the way back over to the left side. The number 10 picked the ball up and just rocketed it into the back of the net for goal number 8 of this match this afternoon. Scores 8 goals to 0 in favor of the Valley Primary, as we are clock are ticking away, winding down to the final moments of this half here this afternoon. here we see the Alvin Allison School with it, and here they squared back into the middle, but only to the Valley midfielder there. Number 3 picks it up, passes wide. They are intercepted there by Alvin Allison's primary school player, who dribbles wide and being challenged here by 3 player, but it's a serious foul there. He was bundled there off line and possibly hitting the pole there on the other side of the field there, and there's an infringement there but the player seems to be in good shape, showing some really good skills there on the touchline, getting to 3 defenders there who actually bundle him off of the field, and thus he receiving an infringement on a free kick there this afternoon. So here we see a free kick by the Alvin Allison, booted down middle of the field and picked up there by the Alvin Allison's player, who had a shot at goal but was only collected there by the custodian of the Valley Primary, who throws it upfield to his number 12 player, who picks up, and here we see goal. It's goal number 9 of this match. So the Valley Primary School has matched their counterpart, the girls, with scoring 9 goals in this encounter against the Alvin Allison's Primary School, and thus the score of 9 goals to 0 in favor of the Valley Primary School this afternoon. What we thought would have been a good play encounter has turned out to be a thrashing here by the Valley Primary School, as we see the referee has looked at his watch, and I can only assume that we're down to the final stages of this game here this afternoon. Here we see the Alvin Allison's with Primary School with it. He passes it directly to the Valley Primary School. Number 11 picks it up in the center circle and dribbles to his left, and going further left, picks up, looks up, dribbles the man again, and is heading into the area, only to be intercepted there by the defender there of the Alvin Allison's Primary School, and the ball goes into touch for a corner kick. So it's 9 goals to 0 in favor of the the Valley Primary School, who has came back with a vengeance this afternoon. Here we see the corner kick being taken in, and ball moves further wide, picked up there by the Alvin Allison Primary School. As he comes down to his left side, he dribbles inside, passes the ball directly to the Valley Primary School player, who picks it up and passes it wide to his custodian. And here we see the ball being played wide for, is that okay? That's a kick there. Seems to be an offside on the far side of the Alvin Allison in the center circle, the center goal area, that is, of the Alvin Allison School. Here we see the kick being taken, intercepted there by Valley Primary School again. Here we see Valley still with it, as he tries to pass, intercepted there by Alvin Allison, who boots the ball upfield. Ball is just on the edge of the center circle there. The defender there and the Alvin Allison player there, they're tussling for it. The Valley Primary School coming away with it, but only to lose it out to the the Alvin Allison Primary School. Here we see Alvin Allison moving down the right side, but bundled off of it. And there we see, there we had it, the final whistle of this encounter. Valley Primary versus the Alvin Allison's Primary School. Scores in the match 9-0 at the end of it all, and the Valley Primary School bouncing back from their 3-1 defeat to Aurelia Kelly, and the Alvin Allison going down after their victory this evening for their first loss of the season. But a pretty good encounter here this evening, but however it was all the way the Valley Primary School winning by a score of 9-0. As the players assembled in the Valley for the touch of the handshake this afternoon, we want to entreat you back to more National Commercial Bank football here at the Raymond E. Gishards Technical Center. Continues tomorrow with more games. You would certainly want to come out and be a part of the spectacle as we bring it to you live. We are happy that you taking the time to listen to us as well. We do hope that the comments and the commentary was clear enough for you to understand what's going on here as we brought it to your homes, to your cars, or wherever you listen this evening. So we look forward to joining you again. Until once again, this is T signing over and out.